What's up, fam? It's all clouded here. And what have we been up to this week? So, boom, boom, 8.4k on the T-tier runs. I do bounce around a bit depending on what I'm up to, like say tournament day or possibly milestone runs. Speaking of milestone runs, I tried getting the T12, but it ended up being too late at night. I just turned the auto perks on and hoped for the best, but she didn't really work out. This one here, we were 9 waves out, so I might possibly give that another shot tomorrow. We've made a little bit of progress, nothing to write home about, but if we get that, then we can try to go for the Chain Lightning Labs in tier 16. But I'm assuming if I can't even get the 200, I'm going to struggle to get the other labs. Oh, it's not even 200. Look, just had a look. It's 300. Oh, wow. So, well, maybe in a couple more weeks, eh? So, the runs, how they're looking. So, we're just shy of the 300. I was actually hoping we'd get 300. Maybe if I didn't go for milestone runs this week, I might have actually been able to hit the 300. That means we would have almost made just under 70 trill this week. So last week it was about 50. This week only a mild increase. Still an increase. We're still going in the right direction. I don't really think you can go backwards in this game. But we got a little bit more on the researchers. So I'm thinking off the top of my head, it might have been at 1.04. Surely we didn't get 50 labs this week. Maybe, not sure. For the runs, so a little mild increase. We're getting around an extra 500 bill, so roughly a trill a day. I'm thinking, so tier 10 is about 12 hours. Tier 11 is, I want to say 10 hours, maybe, somewhere around that mark. So I think if we can try to get this to 13 hours and get this to 11 hours, I think getting this to 13-hour run will be pretty juicy for us. So the plan is to try to get that over the next couple weeks. Try to chase a bigger fruit, and we try to get for that, because once we start getting a 13 and an 11, that means we're close to a tier 11 getting a 12 and a 12. So that's kind of where my head's at now. As far as going to T12, by that stage, to get even remotely close to these sorts of runs in T12, the whole strategy and the gameplay were most likely shifted by then. We're most likely looking at an orbless kind of build. So that's kind of my plan, and that's how my runs have been going this week. So for tourneys, so yeah, we're over here. You can see we're on the Legends boat. Here's where we got to. So if we remember the game plan, we were trying to follow this pattern, and then we were going to break the pattern because we sandbagged here. And then I was expecting this run to get back into the rubber bandios, but instead I got my butt whooped. So I got 1,000 and whatever waves, and I didn't even make it. So wow, that plan didn't work. And then I did my midweek run, and then we got a rank 4. So looks like unless I pull something, I'm under the impression that quite a few people have the same mindset, because man, everyone in my bracket were killing it. So I had no shot at beating it. We're going to have to go back to the drawing board, but regardless, that's where we are. We're doing this. So while we're here, we'll have a look at these, Plasma cannon resistance, that's going to hurt me. Orb resistance, that's going to hurt me. Tank ultimate, shoosh. Alright, well, it is what it is. It's gonna be nice and fast for us. Laddies, this one here's really annoyed me because this nuke one. Now, I've been used to, for the last couple months, smashing this nuke event. And I think that's because I was doing Orb Devo. So you always got crowding, you know, your, what do you call it? Crowding, hoarding. Yeah, I'm always covered in hordes of mobs, and it's easy to get this event. But because of the current build that I'm doing with Perma Black Hole, it's really hard. And I don't even know if I'm going to get it before the event. So I've got 2 days. I've got no shot in getting it. The only way I could do it is the Devo. And so I'll be Devoing for 20 medals. Is it worth it? Yes, absolutely. Can I be bothered? Shit, no. So I'm not even going to bother with that. Got everything else. Poverty bot. So I'm going to call it. I'm not going to call it Golden Bot. I'm just going to call it Poverty Bot. I do have a plan for this. I am still a hot minute away. Unfortunately, my plan for it is gated behind module pools. So I'm not even going to bother talking about that. So this thing, what do we got? The laddies killing it. Look at my cool homies. Look at them smashing it. These are all the fams. For the store, I did actually get something in here. I got this thing, the steel. Oh, where'd he go? I got this. Now, we're all waiting for someone to come up with the most effective path and how to map this. I picked up a few of these. I'm thinking, this is where my mind's leaning, is that I'm literally just going to bounce in between these two. And as far as the multiplier goes, I will just, I don't know, I'm thinking that by the stage, the gurus that are floating around in the Tower universe, once they figure this out, then I'll just correct whatever's different. So once they bring out like some sort of chart or some sort of pathway, you know, they've literally done it for everything so far. The only thing with this is because this is gated behind the currency, it's been a little bit slower as everybody's, you know, trying to get the math together so they can make the math. But I'm thinking all I do is I'll just bounce in between these, and then when some sort of pathway or something comes out where we can see how we should be investing in it to min-max, then I'll just correct whatever's different. At the end of the day, whatever click you choose is going to be better than not clicking, and then at the same time there will be a more efficient pathing as far as it goes, because these other ones, put that back on, these other ones, not really sure if I'm going to, I'll wait till, you know, somebody's going to come up with something. So we'll actually look at it, eh? So that's 2 points. So if I go like that, drops 1 second. Now I'm sure somebody's going to be uber smart and have it synced in with with the golden bot and everything like that. Yeah, that's probably the most intelligent way to do it, but who cares, eh? Who cares at the end of the day? How much we got left? 180, 60. Let's just keep clicking so you can get to. And we're empty. So I don't even think my last run was like 5 trill, whatever. I don't even think it got 1 billion coins. So that's pretty sad. For these, I just have the last relic to get. 5%. I'm going to need that 5%. That 5% is going to come in handy. Why is that 5% going to come in handy? Because look at what I got. Boom. So I pumped in the, I don't even know what was left, however many trills to get that. You can see there, it's only at 82 bill. So even a run or so, I can get it, you know, up to being near this mark. The reason why I've been putting quite a bit of focus into damages. Obviously it helps in milestones and tournaments and that, but it's also to help me with elites. I think I'm spawn capping in the current setup in the higher end of the T10 waves, so I need a way to get rid of elites faster. The only way that I can think of is just by getting some more damage, and that's because my damage has been at poverty for so long. So this one here, 442 trill to get the orb size. That's more than my whole lifetime, so still a while. And I do some stage want to get to this. we'll just roll with that, eh? At some stage I'll get back to that. But if you look at where my crit factor is now. So my crit factor is now at 96.5. I've been putting a little bit of science into that. I don't think I've touched anything else, or anything that I've labbed hasn't made much of a difference, and I haven't touched anything over here. And for these suckers, wow! So we're almost at 150 sync. Now, to anybody that plays this, that's high as hell. But for someone like me, man, I thought I'd never even get to this point. I thought I'd die of old age before we even got here, but we're not even far off. Literally, I take last place in this Legends, and then the stones that I get from it, we take this down, and we will get the 150 mark. So I'm super stoked with that. I've kind of calculated it out. So I use the old, the stone calculator. And then what I worked out is we are somewhere roughly 12, I want to say 12 to 15 weeks, roughly. This is probably more accurate. This is probably a bit more rough, because somewhere in there, I'm going to pick up the third spotlight. And, I could either do it after I do it all, or I could do it along the way. But how I'm kind of thinking is that if we add these two together, because we have to bring the cooldowns, together, paired up, once that gets to that 850 to do it, I'll pick up one of these. I'll pick up this, I'll take that to 3. So that 850 plus the, I can't even remember what it was, 5,000 stones to get this doing something, what we want to do. We're roughly about 12 weeks. So thinking about it in that, for how much stones I earn, for 12 weeks, what would be the game plan for that 12 weeks, until we get to that point? Because once we get to that point, we have 3 spotlight beams. So we have 100-second sync. We have 3 spotlights. What we will probably be looking at that stage is going somewhere near close to Orbless. So following the Orbless chat, so we've got roughly 3 months. Following the Orbless chat, I'm just looking at what I need to do to go that sort of route. And I know what I'm severely lacking in. I know what I'm severely lacking in, and that is, get rid of that. I'm lacking in, damn it, that distracted me. I'm lacking in damage, like hard out. So a bunch of people put in the comments, and I do read all the comments, and I take a lot of stuff on board. The only suggestions in that I won't listen to is stuff that's just completely left field. Like, if they're going to tell me to go do turtle mode or something like that, I ain't doing any of that. But a lot of this stuff people do say, and I'm really appreciative of the suggestions that they make in that. And then one of them was regarding my damage, and that my damage is so what we would say, like, neglected, because the damage wasn't helping me push higher in waves, that it's super cheap for me to invest in. So before we get into that, we'll look at the cards. So that's why I put so much into it, or well, so much for me. I put into enhancements. I'm probably gonna. I feel like I need another 2 card slots. So depending on how the banners go, I'm getting some tournaments where I'm actually having to juggle cards around too much, or I have to, what do you call it, like compromise in between having something, like should I have Death Ray or should I have Ultimate Crit or something like that. And I don't want to feel, I don't want the tournaments to feel like that. So I feel like I do need to pick up another card slot. For these babies, I gave in and I ended up rolling on this. And it actually didn't cost me much. I can't remember how many reroll shards it cost me. But I ended up rolling with this and it's been going good. It's obviously better than the Wormhole Redirector. But the WHR has got a faster chance of becoming ancestral. Now, fingers crossed it's the ACP, but it ain't really going to happen. I do need more reroll shards because I haven't even rolled on this. Like, look how much extra I could pick up if I rolled onto that. So that's basically where moddies are at. Pretty much. Well, how far away is this? 3 days. So in 3 days, we're going to get a reset. Hopefully it's something good. I'll be spewing if they pick something that nobody even uses. Labs. So you can see damage. And I started going that damage. And somebody else said, do Golden Bot. Now I haven't touched Golden Bot. I did 1 lab, I think, in Golden Bot cooldown. But I haven't touched any more than that. And that's because I might Devo again and go for, but then again, that's based on RNG. If I get a multiverse nexus, and you guys have seen my last few module pulls, pretty tragic. And I actually just put War Health on. I don't even know why. I just put it on just because why not? It's just looking weird and sad. So I thought, oh well, I'll just put it on and see what we go to. So if we go to the history, where are we at? So what's the date today? 29th. So look how many labs we've been doing. Holy hecker. So if you feel like pausing, pause, but you can see crit factor, damage. What I did get, because somebody else suggested to it, and I actually forgot that I hadn't even started it yet, but we finished that off. Boom. Boom. Done skis. I don't know if there's anything else in the module section that, let's go this. Boom, boom, dong. Is that Perk spots? Holy moly. What else in here would I need? I mean, you obviously want it all. But like the coin cost and the shard cost, I mean, we could do that at any stage because all you do is just, what do you call it? When you reset it, I can't remember what it's called. And you reset it and then just max it out again and then you'll get the refund on whatever the difference is. So I'm not even super fussed on those. Favorites. Here's how my favorites looking. More than free to, what's that? Let's get rid of that. More than free to pause if you want. But yeah, so the plan. So we've got 3 months, which is a hell of a long time, but is a perfect window to pick up on all the base stats that I'm hard out neglecting. So our main plan, go here, our main plan to push forward is going to be our E damage. And that's just going to all round help us. And then our EHP, effective hit points. So focusing on these two, at least heavily within the next couple of weeks, is pretty much going to be the goal. Now, I might use an effective chart for the damage, just because my damage is kind of all over the place. Maybe not. at the moment, I'm just getting these up to a good level. Like that damage, I'm pretty sure was only at like level 20. So that's easy pickings to smash through it. But we're pretty much just going to look at what do we got? You know, might put attack speed on, take it straight up to 70. Who knows? But that's pretty much what I'm going to do to try to get this tier 10 run up to around the 13-hour mark. We're still sitting comfortably at 12 hours, which is pretty good. But that's pretty much the push forward. So there wasn't that much of a jump this week, but steadily progressing, picking up all our base stats. I was looking at this before because I actually seen it in somebody else's video. Don't know if anybody wants to see that. And that's what that one is. And that's what that one is. And then if we go perks, so bam perk. I actually don't know why that's in there. We'll put something else in there. What we put in there that's annoying. Maybe that. Is that annoying for us? I feel like we should do one of the other ones where it counts for 5 labs. So what's that one? It's like, what would it be? Defense Absolute. Maybe we take that off and we put Defense Absolute in. And we'll just put the free ups back in when, we'll put the free ups back in if we devo to something. And then auto pick, what I was actually thinking. Been thinking about it for a while. I'm actually going to drop this 50-50 all the way down because we don't need it so soon. I don't even know if we need the regen so soon. No, there's nothing wrong with regen. Is anything else in here we need? Not sure. Oh well, that's what that is. And then that's my current profile. And then for the themes, where are we in the music tab? How do we get out of here? Boom. Yeah, that's not what we want to... Is this what we want to look at? Oh, well, there's the thing bonus. And then for the relics, boom, that's the one we want to look at. So, what would be good to look at? So, you got damage, crit factor, what else? Oh, lab speed bonus. We all got that bot range one, and we're all fizzing out when that first came out. Oh, coin bonus, 33%. So that's what my relics in that look like. So that's us for the week. The video was longer than I for a week where not much has happened, but you know, still steady spinning to win. I actually expected this video to be a hell of a lot shorter than what it is, but if you like what you see, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and as always, keep it cloudy, fam.